This is a Gary Vision Indigenous Network where we keep it real. Changing the way we look at Garifuna is our objective with thought-provoking conversations with Franfar Estrada, The Healthy Corner with Melissa Rock, and of course, the culture meets conversation with Amadi Denzilino. We keep it 100 all the time, Garifuna Suada.
This is GaryVision Indigenous Network, where the Garifuna culture thrives. From beautiful Piney by the Sea to Barranco, Georgetown, St. Mike, Hopkins, and the culture capital, Dangriga.
This is GaryVision Indigenous Network. Garifuna Suada.
Biti Guyo, Biti Guyo, Biti Guyo. Good night, good evening. Biti Guyo ho Wani Guyara Dangriga, Wani Guyara Uganda, Saint Bedi, Paini, Barango, Wadimalu, Indura, Nicaragua, Urume, Meriga. Good evening and welcome to all our viewers from our homeland, Dangriga, Hopkins, Saint Bite, Punta Gorda, Barranco, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Urume, and of course, the great USA. And to all our viewers tuning in from Europe, Germany, England, we say good evening to each and every one of you. Tonight we have a great show lined up for you. Tonight we're going to speak on purpose. But before we begin, let me introduce my co-host.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining, Francois. Always a pleasure joining you, brother. Today, again, I'm glad you said we're talking about purpose, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that sounds like a good topic, man. I hope that our viewers will enjoy it as much as we talking about it, as we do talking about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's gonna be a great one. It's gonna be a great one. I look forward to it. But let's not forget to share the show, subscribe, like on YouTube so we can gain more viewers. So yeah, share the show, like it, and subscribe to Gary Vision right here on YouTube so we can monetize this network. Again, we appreciate you. We thank you for tuning in. And again, welcome to Gary Vision Indigenous Network right here on YouTube. But Amadi, you want to say something real quick?
That's fun. So I'm just here. I'm waiting for you to delve into the conversation, man, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it. Where are we, and where you with the subject? How are we gonna go? How are we gonna get into it?
Okay. Well, the subject today is what is purpose.
Right.
What is purpose?
And you're asking me my opinion on what my purpose.
No, I'm just talking to you about purpose. What do you think purpose is?
Yeah, when I hear purpose, the only thing I always remind me of is the book by Rick Warren. He wrote the book The Purpose Driven Life, and it kind of remind me about the finding a purpose in everybody.
Yeah. Well, for me, purpose is the central meaningful aim that gives your life existence, that gives your life existence direction and fuel your motivation. Now, what does this really mean? Purpose is a central, meaningful aim that gives your life's existence direction and fuel your motivation. Um, if you don't have purpose, what's the use of being alive?
Right, right.
And some people believe that your purpose is your job. Some people think your purpose is the way you carry yourself, but that's not your purpose really. But if you think that your job is your purpose, then I guess that's your purpose. But your purpose should not be your job. Your 9-to-5 job shouldn't be your purpose.
Right.
Well, at least that's the way I look at it. What do you say, Amadi?
Right. Yeah. I think that generally speaking, your purpose, it should have been the ultimate goal in everybody's life. But again, Francois, I think that when we talk about purpose, that purpose have been traded off with career path, right? So now people don't see purpose again; people see career. So it's a different value system. It's something different that people is living for.
Right.
Or people are living for. They are living for the wrong reason.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. I was at an event on Saturday, and I had a camera around my neck. And the guy approached me and said, "Are you a photographer?" I said, "No, I'm not a photographer, but I love to have a camera around my neck, but I'm not a photographer." And sometimes people see you with a camera and they just assume you're a photographer, or if they see you with a gun in a farm, they just assume you're a hunter, right? But so my job as a camera guy is not my purpose. My job as an engineer is not my purpose. So let's go to the next description of purpose, because living without purpose. Let's talk about living without purpose for a moment. Living without purpose is like drifting at sea on a boat with a broken rudder. Living without purpose will lead to feelings of aimlessness, dissatisfaction, and emotional numbness. Now, let's talk about living without purpose, like drifting at the sea on a boat with a broken rudder. But Amadi, do you remember when we used to go fishing off the coast of Dangriga in the Dory?
Yes, I do. Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so what do you think would happen if we were out there on the sea and we lose our paddle and we have no rudder? What do you think would happen?
Well, man, you're gonna be a castaway.
Yeah, so the wind will blow you wherever it blows you, right?
Right. True.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So living without a purpose is like being on a ship in the open sea without a rudder and without paddles. So the wind will blow you wherever it want to take you. So you have no aim, you have no direction, you have no destiny.
Right.
So that's living without a purpose. And living without a purpose, it brings constant boredom, loneliness, emptiness, and in some cases, I haven't had a problem with this word, existential crisis. Now, what does this mean? It means that you will think about, well, why am I existing? Why am I here? A feeling of being stuck, lacking passion, and experiencing reduced productivity, living without purpose. The stress and anxiety associated with a lack of direction can negatively affect physical health. So living without purpose. When you're living without purpose, you will accept $50 for your vote, and you have no direction, you have no purpose.
Right.
So Brother Amadi, can you describe people you see in Dangra? Do you think they have a purpose? Do you think most of them have purpose? From what you see?
Yeah. If we do have purposes in Dangra, a lot of people might not know how to identify it, might not have been nourished many kind of ways, but I don't see it. But because again, like I tell you, what I observe again is that we always talk about the frame of mind, the mindset. That the mindset have purpose have been eliminated out of the mind of our people. That's why we don't wear. So again, purpose is replaced with job, right? As long as you have a job,
Right.
then you can survive. When it's supposed to be purpose, give you survival, it give you meaning, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of people live for purpose. We only do like I always say, we're just I have let's say a BDF, a school teacher is a job. Most of them that are stressed out, happy, right? All these causes negative health effects when you're stressed. Your job, you depend on your things a lot effect on what you're saying.
Yeah.
Compared to having a purpose. Again, like I said, man, I'm getting up in the morning, finish this tomorrow. Again, motivates me.
Yeah, brother Marty, we're having some issues again with your audio. It's breaking up really bad. I believe maybe your internet is not up to speed. It's not fast enough.
I'll check again right now. Check my Wi-Fi again.
And then I can hear some background noise as well. Yeah, brother Marty?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So living without purpose, like I said earlier, living without a purpose, man, it's like being on a ship in an open sea, and the wind can just blow you wherever it wants to go. And unfortunately, a lot of people we're just living on a daily basis without a purpose. Sometimes we think that our job is our purpose. You're a school teacher, but is this what the divine brought you into this realm to do? Are you a school teacher? Is this your purpose? If you're an attorney, is this your purpose? Is this what the divine brought you here to do? If you are a nurse, is this your purpose? Is this what you were designed to do? Is this what the divine created you to do? If you're a janitor, is this your purpose? Is this what you were meant to be?
Right.
So let's not confuse our job with our purpose, because a lot of times it is not.
Right.
Marty?
Yeah, and if you remember, Francois, I mentioned something in this regard a while back. That when our people go to school and get their education, whatever it's advanced education.
Yeah,
They should we should teach our children whenever you acquire whatever degree. Get it with a purpose. When you get that, the purpose, you degree, the why, because you use it to build people to come and do something with what you have. What I'm now, it took away when the purpose. Now our children go to degree and only look for a couple where he sustain he or whether it's a male to sustain his or her, not
Yeah.
right. So again, you put yourself, but that's where purpose is gonna be. The purpose is behind. Purpose is for other people. Right? But now individualism,
Mm-hmm.
talk about European history, it's an individualistic culture that we practice. That's what we are picking up, right? We are
Yeah.
individual. Everything is about me. Where there's no more us again.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if purpose is gone, purpose for your people, it's not there.
Yeah. Melissa Uruguay made a comment. What about the long lines at the Western Union? Has that become some people some of our people's purpose? I'm not judging, but the lines are always long. Yeah. Well.
Well,
Yeah.
if the line Francois is not only Garifuna, there's Spanish, there's every nationalities in that line. I got video where you can see it's not all Garifuna. There's Spanish, there's
Yeah.
other Belizean American that's there. Other people from other villages come into that. We got to pick up the Western Union.
Yeah.
So, but yes, because it's only one Western Union, so the one line is always long. But again, we were talking about purpose. I mean, how did Western Union play?
Let me read another comment. She said, yes, we support our family, but does it unintentionally impact our community if there are no jobs? Well,
Look, to me, Francois, again, I'll tell this to our Garifuna people, right? I can go to Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. I could bring 50 families. And these 50 families that's going to come to Dangriga
yeah.
don't even have to go look for a job, but they'll survive, right? Because you know what they'll do? They'll work together. They'll work together. They'll build. They'll farm, and they will survive with zero. They don't have to bring anything. So again, we talk about is their mind. Dangriga is very wealthy. The mentality of the people of Dangriga are poor. Dangriga, wealthy. The minds of them are very, very poor.
So you're saying that the people who come to Dangriga from other parts of the world, they have purpose.
Yeah, because again, remember, these other people are more family oriented, so there's always that they use that same Garifuna base, that shared community resource.
No,
they do the same, but they make it. We do the opposite.
You know what? I've always said this because they are living Albu Amorunu while we are just talking it.
Right, exactly.
Right. How many people right now in Dangriga would come and join our team if we say we're going to try and create something tangible for Dangriga? How many people do you think will join us?
Well, our people, again, that's the bad thing about our people, Francois. What always not frustrate me, but I'm trying to find, there's a feeling I get, right? Because that even if for their own good, they want you to hit them first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really offensive with our people. We try to help them out. Come up with the idea. They want to charge you. Man, it's very offensive. And it's a culture.
Yeah.
I can only that offense taking offense in themselves, because they know what they need to be. That they offended me when they're charging me because I want to help you.
Yeah.
you say it's time because I help you. You're doing you're doing you want compression. That's what I'm trying to do. So
Yeah.
a terrible behavior. Again, like you said, because many people get purpose. They everyone runs out and they do something. That's what purpose.
Yeah, but you know what? It seems like to me. Now, this is just my perception. It seems as if when you find your purpose, people will find all kinds of reasons not to work with you, not to talk with you, not to bond with you. It seems that when you find your purpose, is when the people who are close to you will walk away from you.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I believe it's because when you find your purpose, you know who you are aligned with the source.
Mhm.
You know, when you find your purpose, you are guided. You are really you are guided. You know,
Right.
and for me, after I found my purpose many years ago, I realized, man, you know what? You have to say to hell with your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. You say, God damn, man, forget all of them, because you know what? When you find your purpose, is when the people who are close to you will pull away from you, because they see that you are guided. They see that you know where you want to go. They see you know what you want to do, and they see that you are divine and you are spiritually guided. And this is when they're going to pull away from you. But for me, this is when they should work with you.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah. You know, I even talking about purpose again, right? I watched the other YouTube and Facebook media guys here in Dangriga, right? You know, I watch the other guys here, and they're having a back and forth and a dispute and things like this, right? You know, they have the oldest saying, like I said, it's all about a lack of knowledge. They even got the old Machiavellian rule that my enemy is my friend, right? So in a sense that I'm saying this, right, that if the Garifuna people don't know who the enemies are, and I'm going back to the purpose, right? Because our purpose should be unite, our purpose should be the restoration of these things, right?
Right.
So I'm saying that we have these medias here, like, and we know who our common enemy is. Our common enemy, for the Garifuna don't know, it's obviously people official who have to deal with our daily. These are our enemies. Who can adversely is our enemy, right? Those are our in biblical terms, right? Went against what? I'm saying that if enemy are have these media who are Garifuna, why should I fight a giant by myself when I know that you don't like him? I'm gonna try to align with you. You can't beat him by yourself. Beat him by myself. We we can do some damage. We can do. So what I'm saying with the media, I'm saying that. I said we are our vision in the network. We preach this pro Garifuna. Other ones should aligning with. They know that we focus on what we want. We are not
Right.
we're not bending to as again.
Yeah.
If we don't see if man, we're not satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Brother Marty, I told you this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Listen, we just have to stay focused on what we are trying, what we are accomplishing. Right? We can't be concerned about what anyone else have to say. Like I said, when you find your purpose, you don't give a damn about what your neighbor has to say, about what the mayor has to say, about what anyone has to say. Well, for me, I don't give a goddamn what you got to say about me because I know my purpose. And you know what? And I have been living my purpose for a very long time. I am driven. I am. I know where I'm going, and I'm walking this route. I'm walking this route right here. I'm walking this route, so I know exactly where I want to go and where I'm going.
Right.
So I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you can slander my name if you want to, because I don't care. I
Right.
know. I know I am driven by the Most High. I know I'm blessed by the Most High, and I know where I am going. I know where we are going, Amadi.
Right.
I know where you are going. I know where I'm going. I know where Gary Vision, myself, my wife, and you. I know where we're going. So, so honestly, I don't give a damn what they say about me. I really don't.
Right.
I,
Right.
I, I really don't. I know that I have my purpose. I know
Right.
that you have your purpose. I know my wife has her purpose. So we have our purpose, and we know what we're trying to accomplish, and we
Right.
are accomplishing what we said we were going to do. You know,
Right.
for many years I talked about doing my music, um, and I went through all types of hoops to finish this music, but I knew my purpose. I knew my purpose. Anyways, having a purpose is one of the most crucial aspect of human existence, and without one, you will not be happy. You know why? Because you're going to be doing this job today, that job tomorrow. You're going to be going around in a circle without a purpose. Um, we're going to go to the next slide. And again, I want to say thank you to Melissa Rock for being behind the switch, for controlling the switchboards. We really do appreciate you, Melissa. Great job, awesome job, and we love what you do. Thank you. So, all right. So we're going to take a quick station identification break, and then we will come right back and speak some more about purpose.
You are watching thought-provoking conversation right here on Gary Vision Indigenous Network. Providing you with positive quality shows to enlighten, to educate, to empower, and to elevate your minds. Gary Vision Indigenous Network.
Indeed, Gary Vision Indigenous Network, providing you with thought-provoking conversations. That's what we do, and our purpose is to provide something tangible for the next generation. Having a sense of purpose acts as a compass for daily decision making, encouraging growth, learning, and resilience. You know, sometimes when we go to the farm, Brother Amadi, and we're in a new location, and if we don't have a compass, right? Can you imagine what's going to happen if we're in the deep jungle and we don't have no compass,
Right.
and no we're lost. So so without this compass, we wouldn't be able to find our way. Well, it would take a long time to find our way. So
Right.
So it's like living your life without this compass, without no purpose. With no purpose, it's like you have no compass. So nothing to guide you as to where you want to go.
Right. And you know what I've observed again. What's more terrible about this, Francois? I'm always, every day these things go through my mind. I question these things. I observe, and I question our people every day when I do these things. But basically, what I'm saying, right? They're living a life without. But the
Yeah.
dangerous thing is that we are raising without purpose. To me, this is the most terrible. What we are
Yeah.
doing now. Children going to school, worrying about just focus. Our children are focused things, and clearly, I say to the parents, look at your parents, look at your grandparents, look at your life generation. You could have a good idea of where your children are going to get this. You're going to look at your parents in your position. More than likely, you can have an idea where your children are going to go. But I'm trying to argue people that if a grandparent was mistreating anybody, in a terrible condition, undeveloped, right? Then our parents with them thing, we are going to do this. It's blessed for the parents to knowing pass it down to the children. It's absurd parents to see harm and danger in the children, and we right so again you see like when the government borrowed 30 years, right? 30 years on. I might be dead already. My daughter, who is going to be in her 20s, is like that. She imagine my when she gets the one that government is borrowing right now. People are watching it. My children, pay back the loan. Children have to pay back the loan, and it's crooked and stolen money. And we tolerate it. That's it's boils up. How are you going to live your life participating in wrongdoing, practicing evil? Because again, evil is rampant, but no, the church is all evil. What they did now. Look at the TV, movies. Look at the music, every decade, right?
Yeah.
So that's what children are going to inherit. This is that's what waiting for them.
Yeah, but I'm out. If the parents don't have purpose, how can they pass anything onto their children? I mean.
Yeah, so that's what I think is dangerous, because if the parent doesn't have it, don't understand it, and then you're gonna give that same failure to your children. It's a generational failure.
Yeah, but your parents didn't teach you financial literacy. My parents didn't teach me financial literacy. My parents didn't teach me how to love my brother, how to love. They didn't teach me how to carry myself out in the public. So if we don't do that to our children now, what's going to happen?
Right. That's my position. That's what I'm talking to my generation. I'm saying that, look, when the friends that I knew in Dangriga, when we were in standard 5 and standard 6, right? We were about 10, 11, standard 4, 5, 6. And we used to look at the ones who were who were police officers. That there's a person now, and the one in standard 6, they are looking at us now. I asked the question now to the people who are in the 60s and the 70s, why didn't you do so I could have a better future? My mom, if I ask my mom, everybody asked me, why don't you never fight for the land? Why don't you never doing all these things? Now here's just because our parents didn't do it, that mean that we should do.
Yeah, you know what, Brother Amadi, and even if you, I'm talking about my experiences. I did my best to guide my children to learn financial literacy, to learn how to talk with each other, to learn how to love your brother, your sister. I did my best, and even if you do your best, that doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that your children are going to be like that. You feel me?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
Mike, you know, I had a conversation with somebody about that, right? Oh, you don't know kids, your kid's gonna grow up and because remember, this is what I remember, even in America, right? This is what America teaches, even especially I hear it more from Caucasian women, right? Let your child grow and be who they want to be, right? Leave them, let them want to be. It's not, you know, because it's old fashioned to, they say it's old fashioned to raise your kids to what you want them to be.
yeah, but it's
I,
best.
what's that?
No, but I'm saying, but it's best to have them to guide them in a certain way. You
Right.
know,
Yeah, yeah, you
I'm
can't tell them to do whatever they want.
yeah,
That's
no,
why you kind of craziness.
yeah. I used to always tell my children, listen, I can't live your life for you. I'm only here to guide you in a certain direction, right?
Right.
You have to live your life according to you, not according to me. Yes, I'm your dad, but you have to live your life according to you, not according to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we reach a lot of the lowest condition of African American lifestyle that have infiltrated the lives of the Garifuna people in Belize. We are living a, and there's it's not everybody, just everybody in the ghetto that is everybody in the ghetto that is ghetto. But here in
Right,
Belize,
right.
in Dangriga, is handful have ghetto rap. Not only ghetto and well version of it.
Yeah. You know,
So,
you know what, better man, listen, I don't want to talk badly about Dangriga because I love Dangriga, but golly, man, the youths are the majority of the youths I see in Dangriga, they're going the wrong direction. Um,
right.
you know, and I know when I talk about me, oh, he talk about Dangriga again, here we go again. But you know what? The reality of what it is what it is. The reality, it is what it is, right? Right. So what are you? I remember when I started talking about these issues in Dangriga, somebody called me a keyboard activist. He said, well, you go on Dangriga, then you go on and see what you do. You know what? When I moved to Dangriga, the same person who was talking, he ain't doing shit, right? You're not doing anything to uplift Dangriga, right? But talking about me when I was talking from the States, you can't Dangriga and you change it then. Well, you know what? I moved to Dangriga and I tried my best to create something tangible, but you were one of the ones to sabotage my effort and try your best to dismantle my efforts to creating something tangible for the use of Dangriga,
Yeah.
right? But you know what, man, and we don't have any purpose anymore. The men, you know, I was thinking this morning. I said, man, when I go to the store, you buy oranges with no seeds, you buy grapes without seeds, you buy watermelons without seeds, and even the men today they have no damn seeds, right?
That's
Even the
probably
men, huh?
seedless men.
Yeah, seedless men. Because you know what? Say what you want to say, but the reality of the matter is what I'm saying is true. You know, and you know what I'm saying is true. You know,
Yeah.
but you can't stand my character because I speak the truth and because I have my purpose and because I'm driven and I know where I'm going. I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to say, and I just do it, and I just say it, and I just go because I have my purpose. Now, how do you identify your purpose? Right? Now, your purpose is created through self-reflection on your passion, skills, and values. It's frequently found at the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, and what the world needs. Right? So you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror one day and reflect on who you are and what you want to be and what you want to do. Right? I remember one day I looked myself in my mirror many years ago. I went into my bathroom and I turned on the light and I looked myself in my eye and I made a connection with myself Now, if you can imagine looking yourself in the mirror and making the connection with yourself, I don't mean looking at your physical self, Just look at yourself, look at your mental self, look at your emotional self, and make that connection with yourself. Yo, that's a life-changing experience right there. If you can truly look at yourself in the mirror, not looking at yourself physically, but looking at your soul, and if you can make that connection with your soul, you will find your purpose. You want to move to the next slide there, Melissa? Yeah. So if you can look at yourself in the mirror and make the connection with your soul, listen, you will find your purpose. You will find exactly who you are and where you're going. You will find your connection. But listen, let's take a musical break, and then after this, we'll come back and talk some more about purpose. This is Gary Vision, Indigenous Network. Changing the way we look at Garifuna.
Aule, Abuti, Adakin, Abuti, Garifuna, Abuti. Abuti.
All right. I call that track Abuti. When I was writing that music, I was thinking that there was a time in every Garifuna community where there was an abuti, a leader, a chief, a man who would die for the village, a man who would stand up and speak the truth no matter what. Today, we don't have abuti. There's no abuti anymore around. I don't see Garifuna men who are not afraid of standing up and fighting for the community. I don't see those kind of men anymore. So abuti is what we need in our communities. Am I?
Yeah, very interesting that you say that, Francois. So maybe I could say some things to save up later on, and we could try and delve more into it. But when you talk about the ability, the leadership, right, and also the leadership, and we are talking about the purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question crossed my mind right now is that what would be the purpose of a leader? When I think about our prominent chief, Joseph Shataway, right? What was his purpose? His purpose was to always protect the people, defend the Garifuna, and make sure we met our livelihood, right? Our
Absolutely.
identity. So again, for me, as a leader, I think that's what I would look for in a leader. That
Of course.
What's best for the Garifuna people, and
Of
that
course.
leader, right? Haven't shown his head yet. We do have a leader. We don't have. And not only the fact want this, I think that a leader, whether death comes with the purpose, it shouldn't matter.
Right.
When you have a purpose, fighting for my people, and I'm trying.
I agree.
If coming quicker, that's my purpose. That's where I would defend my people, even if it would like become my life. And that's a very good example for who read the Bible about Jesus Christ. It's just that you have to start that message with the Christ. It's just a true leader. And how whenever you leaders, what happened? Leaders nothing to do with that religious aspect. But a real politician, his people, and he was going corrupt politics like us. Jesus was going against corrupt today.
Right.
That's why he got killed. He was going against the system. Right? And again, he had right? He had a purpose to speak
Right.
to his people, and it cost life. Our faith even get arrested.
I know.
Afraid to get arrested. There's absolutely no way you're qualified to be a leader. So when you're such a timid person, it is like constant. No sign of leader.
Yeah. All right, Brother Mike, let's go into our Garifuna word for the day. We're starting back with our Garifuna word for the day, and this portion of the show, we're going to go into the Garifuna word for the day, and the Garifuna word for today is abachaha. That's the Garifuna word for today. Not confused with abachara, because there's a bachara and there's a bachaha. So the Garifuna word for the day is abachaha, and it means Garifuna word for the day abachaha. The Garifuna word for today is abachaha. To heat. Nebuga lida gusina lo nabachaha narani. I'm going in the kitchen to heat my medicine. So the Garifuna word for the day is abachaha, which means to heat. Abachaha. Use it in a sentence. Nebuga lida gusina lo nabachaha narani. I'm going in the kitchen to heat my medicine. So the Garifuna word for the day is abachaha. Bachaha. Now, I wouldn't say that I speak Garifuna fluently, but a part of my purpose is to ensure that our communities understand, learn who we are as a people, learn our language, speak our language, um, perform our dances in a traditional way. Make sure we know how to make our food. We practice our spirituality. So a part of my purpose is to ensure that the Garifuna legacy lives on. So this is just part of my purpose, is to ensure that the Garifuna legacy lives on. And Brother Marty?
Right, indeed, Francois. And again, I think too, one of my, again, for my purpose, again, I have a strong passion for, I think it's just my passion, not only for education, I think it's just to help people. I always have I can get up in the morning for that. You can wake me up at night for that. It's something
Right.
that, again, when I say to help, so I'm using it in a wise sense. To help people, just jump and I use
Right.
discretion when I say that's one of my passions. So I love to see people happy. I love to see people comfortable. This
Right.
comfort is not. I don't know. Again, I play that with a lot. How people always say politicians are often out of touch with the people because they ride through the community and watch you struggling and you starving and that they can stomach that. That's nothing for them. They go right back home and take care of their children and give food to eat. What the neighborhood where it's nothing to eat and they live comfortable. Right? Me as a person, I'm very self-aware that when how I'm living, my Maria's music. It bothers my conscience.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I've always said that when I reach retirement age, that I was gonna pack my bags and move back to Belize and give back to the community. Um, and that's what I did. I moved back. I moved back to Dangriga, and I was giving back to the community. And I was going to create. I was on the path of creating something tangible uh, to leave for the children, for the next generation. Because if we don't do it now, if we don't stand firm to our focus and give back to the village is going to crumble. And the children needs direction. The children needs guidance. They need a positive perspective of life. And if we don't do it for them, they're going to be left. They're going to be left behind. I was talking with someone this morning about AI, and if you don't learn AI, you are going to be left behind. There was a DJ I was talking with this morning. I said, "You remember when CD came along?" And you said, "Oh man, I don't want to deal with no CD, man. I old school. I'm going to be with the vinyl, with the turntable." Well, CDs came, and now it's MP3. So if you want to move forward, you're gonna be left behind. So teach the children today, teach the children their purpose, what their purpose is, and let them find their purpose, and let them find their direction, let them find their way. Because if we don't teach them, show them their purpose today, tomorrow it's gonna be late.
True.
Right,
indeed.
So whenever I'm in Dangriga, I reach out to the children. I reach out to the children, and I do my best to help the children, because they are the ones who are going to be left behind when we are gone. And if we don't do it now, they're going to be left behind. And it's unfortunate that it's the Black children. When I was in the military and I traveled the globe, wherever I went, I try to find the grassroots people, and I see how how the people live. I see how the Black people live around the globe, and it's always sad and unfortunate to see the way Black people live, especially in my home Belize. I see the way they live in Dangriga, in Hopkins, in St. Bite, Georgetown, Punta Gorda, Barranco. I see the way we live. You know, I see
Yeah.
the way we live, and I see that we don't have a sense of purpose, and you cannot depend on the government to help you with your purpose, because the government have their own agenda, and they will not help you with your purpose. So you have to find your purpose, and you have to know where you want to go, what you want to say. You have to know your purpose.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Well, Amadi, we are almost at the end of the show. Anything you want to say before we close down?
Well, Francois, to our viewers today and to our viewers tomorrow, this is something that crossed my mind before about this very word purpose. And I think, Francois, I mentioned it one time on the show probably in a different kind of way, when I mentioned that we are adults. And I don't think that as adults we live our entire lives without contributing back into our community, into our country, contributing to the world. Something to live this life and expire without leaving something behind. Just don't die and be forgotten. Right? At least when I die, you're gonna have children. What was by my ancestors? Pass it down, and there will be other things that the community for me by. Remember that Mr. taught me this. These are things that ever, because from our people instead as I remember very positive impact on my have teachers who said something that I deal with later on in life. Right? So again, I'm encouraging our original. There has to be purpose. You cannot live a life every 95. Everything you do about you and your family, community. At one time, everybody was part of community activity. Children used to be part of community activity. So that's a purpose. Really, again, think about really people to take it to the list, really find a purpose.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. And I want to say before we close, thank you to all our viewers. And you know what? The show is only going to get better. This is our second show for the year, and it's only going to get better. So if we have 5, 6, 7 viewers, you know what? We thank you for taking the time to watch the show, and we know that it takes time. It takes time for change. We have been living in exile for over 225 years, so it's going to take some time for the mindset to change, and it's going to take some time for us to find our purpose and to find who we are. But as we move forward, let's be mindful of who we are. Let's be mindful of our culture, of our spirituality, of our language. Let's be mindful of who we are as Garinagu. And I know I've been working a long time on music, and every song you hear on this network, I've created these music, and I have a lot more music to release. So as we move forward, again, we appreciate each and every one of you. thank you, Melissa Rock, for your patience, for being behind the controls. Thank you, Brother Marty, for always being here. And then thank to all our viewers, Mr. Evan Hill, Archangel Sab. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in on a regular basis. We really appreciate your support. We released the album, and as expected, the sales are just what I expected for them to be. So we appreciate everyone who purchased a copy of the album, and we have a few more albums that we're going to be releasing this year. We have a Smooth Jazz Paranda album that's coming up very, very shortly. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. And until next week, we say ayo.
Ayo.
Ayo. And let's close out with some music from my upcoming release.